Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot Shop. I am here today to do the full moon reading for January 21st. And I am no astrologer. I do not know a lot about zodiacs and astrology. But this full moon is promising to be something, right? So, and we've all heard about it is a super moon. It is a blood moon. It is the wolf moon. It is a full moon lunar eclipse in Leo. I am a Leo. So I want to work the energies of Archangel Michael in our messages today for everyone. And we're going to see what comes up for this reading. So I'm going to pull from this deck. And I'm going to pull from this deck. And I'm kind of still unsure where I'm going for the rest of the reading. But I'll wait. I'll wait to be taken there. So let's see what comes for the message from Archangel Michael for the full moon lunar eclipse in Leo, January 21st, 2019. And I hope everyone is doing well and has have a great start to their year. I do want to say before I pull any cards, I get the energy and the message from Archangel Michael. There's going to be some healing of childhood wounds, patterns in how, you know, how you are relating as an adult from the inner child wounds to recreate patterns in your life. There was a lot of download that came from the energies from him for the message for this. So I wanted to pass that on. If it could be relevant for you, it may not be, but that is the message that I'm getting as well. So there's going to be some things that kind of come up where you may realize a pattern that you're in, or you're recreating if there's something that's not working for you in interpersonal relationships. And that could be a lot. That could be friends, coworkers, you know, lovers, romantic, you know, whatever, family members. You know, there's something that just keeps not working. The issue is going to be brought up, and it's going to be come up for, you know, to be consciously looked at on a more awakened and aware level, to be cleared. It's coming up for clearing, which means you may experience something may come to a head, something may just be like, this is the end of it, I can't take this anymore, or, you know, but there's going to be a clearing of this energy I'm getting from spirit. So we're going to see what else comes up. I don't know if that'll come up in the reading or not, but that's like a channel message that I'm getting. So before we get started, if it doesn't pertain to you, then, you know, hey, just leave it. So we're going to see what message he has for everyone. And we have God is in charge. And dear God, please help me let go of this situation. Again, giving it in faith and trust to divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. So it's let go of the situation. So God is in charge. Stepping in, I feel, with the same energy that I was seeing, you know, message that I was getting from Archangel Michael for the message for this month. And it says, decide to be happy now. Thank you for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I am now willing to see all the goodness in my life. So it's also going to, you know, he's going to come in and release this energy, I feel, and bring it up for healing and clearing. But it's also going to be an ability to, you're going to be happier. You know, you're going to be able to be more happy, because this can be something that, you know, you can kind of get really stuck on things that aren't working from, you know, conditioning that you've gotten from childhood. So that's going to allow for that. But it's also, of course, this is, you know, an energy where being happy now, you know, be happy now. Don't wait for that. But I also get a message here that some may be blaming their adult situations on, you know, the unhappiness of their past, unhappiness of their childhood. And that can get a little heavy. And, you know, I don't want to get into like a, you know, heavier, not happy message. But, you know, maybe you weren't happy then, but you can be happy now. You can make the choice to be happy now. And some people say, oh, that's easy to say. If you're one of those that say, oh, that's easy to say, you're not ready to do that. So you can simply choose to be happy now, regardless of how that was, because that's over, right? That past is over. And our pasts vary from abusive to really good. And there is a meter, right? So it can go from like, I had a really good childhood to I had a really crappy childhood, which is somewhere in the middle, to I had a damn abusive childhood, which is way over here, you know? So, the spectrum runs all the way around. So no matter what it was like back there, you can decide to be happy right now. And that's going, if you want to work this energy to clear these patterns that you picked up from the past, Try to be as happy as you can right now to help the angels help you move this through you, and help release and clear it. Okay. So I feel like that's still going along with what came through, but I'm going to see what this is going to bring. I'm going to use this to bring up the first message of overall theme or energy of this full moon. So what the theme or energy of this full moon is going to be. And I used this deck in the new moon, which was the solar eclipse. And here we have the tree. So yeah, it's still really going along with, oh yeah, the past, right? The tree is all about our lineage, our history, our ancestors, and the whip. It's painful past, right? When you put those together very simplistically. The tree can also be our health, but to me it's an outstanding, especially with the message that I just got from Archangel Michael. This is about our, you know, perhaps this is ancestral. I mean, maybe this goes back. Maybe there's, for you, maybe there is, you know, a long line of abuse, you know, maybe your parents had met with abuse and then that's all they knew, and that's why you picked up abuse. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, but there is something here that could be in a family line that is in the way of abuse. So I'm gonna just kind of, I'm not gonna read them all. I just want to do I'm gonna do the whip: attraction, sex, the physical, conflict, arguments, punishment, repetitive. So repetitive patterns, right? And it says red hot energy emanates from the whip. It is the heat of passion rising, but is it pleasure or pain? So you may also be associating what, you know, you may feel like something's pleasurable, but it's actually pain threshold. There is that. So this could even be things that have to do with sex. You know, maybe it's been transferred to sexual acts or sexual energies that, you know, you're kind of acting it out through. So it could be that as well. It says the whip denotes friction between forces, people, situations, objects, and it could be an exchange of harsh words, the clash of minds and thought, or the physical contact of bodies. There's overtly sexual nature to the whip. So it could be, like I said, being displayed in sex. It could be sexual obsessions. You know, it's kind of giving me the visual of the devil card in that aspect. But it could be in anything. It doesn't have to be that. It could be words. It could be emotional abuse. It could be any of these things. But for some, it could be a sexual addiction that it comes through and gets and acted out with in that way. So I'm going to read from the number 5. The tree is health, growth, progress, expansion, lineage, and vitality, which is the lineage was what I was getting the download on. Before you grows an ancient mighty tree with limbs that seem to stretch in all directions. Such as an ancient tree must have deep channels of roots burrowed into dark crevices of the earth's belly, wrapping around forgotten bones and boulders. The roots absorb hidden water from concealed caverns deep below. Branches sway and bend in a rhythmic manner as a gentle breeze works through them. The tree is a sign of health, vitality, and a reminder that our body is a system itself, made up of many smaller systems. I don't want to read. I'm going to just read. I don't want to read all that. So the sacred triangle of health must be acknowledged: physical, mental, and spiritual. If one of these areas is suffering, then the other areas must compensate and all risk exhaustion. You are the tree, a body that has limbs reaching to the ethereal heavens, the roots burrowing into the dark, rich earth. You have hidden parts and parts exposed to the elements. So yeah, for me, this is what the message, I don't need to read all this, but for me, the message has got to do with exactly what I was saying, and it's just a confirmation of that. So that is the overall, and those numbers can be important: 11, 5, changes is coming up as well with this. So this is coming up for change, and it may feel it may be uncomfortable to your physical body as you work through this moon. So you may feel physical ailments. In regard, sacral chakra energy is coming up big with that as well. Let me see. Let's just do downright tarot here for the rest of the reading. So the rest of it's going to be what Archangel Michael can see about this. Something to do for yourself through this moon. A secret you don't know, and something coming around that. Okay, so what Archangel Michael can see around this that you can't see, and it's Nine of Pentacles, that you know, this is a sense of strength coming up again. Completing, nines are endings of a cycle, so you've come to the end of a cycle in a situation. This is, for energies, this can also be, you know, feeling the energy is self-sustaining, sustaining yourself energetically. So I feel a lot of strength coming here. I feel a lot of, you know, being able to, if this is an issue that you're dealing with, you're going to be able to clear this energy for yourself. You're going to be feeling better. You're going to be feeling powerful. Empowered is the word. So he can see that you are going to become more empowered through this moon. And any of these energies that are coming up for healing. Now, I'm not saying everyone, like, I want to go back and recap that. I'm not saying everyone's in sexual dysfunction or enacting pain from past in sexual ways, but anything that has to do with the past that wasn't, you know, that you may be holding on to or blaming the past because you're not happy now, it's going to come up for release, and you are going to be empowered. Empowerment is the word, and you're going to come through that very beautifully. Is something he can see high above that you can't see down here. In owning energy, he's saying you're going to own something. So you're going to be, the sense of here is responsibility, singularly responsible for something. You're going to take responsibility, and in that responsibility, there's strength. It feels very solar power to me, and its energy, very empowering, because when you take responsibility for something, you take ownership, he's saying. You take ownership of that thing, and your part in it, and that is, you know, a huge part of the healing process. And so, but you can only come through that feeling more empowered. So that is definitely the message that he's seeing. You may not be seeing that right now for yourself, but he's saying that you are. So if you have suffered, if you are someone that has suffered at the hands of sexual abuse, just know you're going to get your power back through that, because it can make you feel very disempowered. And that's going to a bit of a heavy topic, you know, in alignment with the readings, how I usually do. But the energy is changing for me as well, and different things are going to come through my readings. I can tell you, because different things have been happening for me energetically, and I feel like a lot of the way I did my readings in the past are changing. So I do feel for a lot or somebody, this has got to do with sexual dysfunction through family. And there's going to be, he wants you to know, you will be empowered. So this may be just for one person, but it's going to be important for that person to heal. And we even see the rabbit here. Rabbit is about fertility and sexuality as well. So I do feel that could be an off message just for one person. That, yeah, if you have suffered at the hands of sexual abuse, you are going to be empowered. You will be, you know, healing from that, moving forward. And yeah, so and all the messages that came forth before that. But there is ownership here. There is, and when I say that, it's not to say that you're to blame in any way, but that is it's going to be an important process for the healing for some reason. I know that sounds like, oh, it was your fault, but that's not the way it is implied energetically. You're going to be feeling, you know, the energy is going to come through that with you feeling more empowered. Okay. So it's okay. He wants me to explain it like non-victimization. You're going to get your power back where you won't feel like a victim in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know how this will unfold for you, for whoever this is for. So he wanted me to explain it in that way. So it's like you're feeling like a victim, and he wants you to know that victim energy that you're feeling is going to be leaving you. You're going to be killing that in some way, shape, or form. What can Archangel Michael see? Okay, that was what we saw. Something to do for yourself. So this is going to help him help you. And his Three of Swords. So processing the pain, right? Allowing, you know, it's like the only way there is through. So it's really embracing that. Embracing that. And I feel forgiveness. He's saying forgiveness. So for some, there may be a female that you need to forgive, not forget. So there may be self-forgiveness. There may be forgiving yourself, for not, you know, speaking out or saying something. There may be something that there's some self forgiveness that's needed to come up through here. And this is also, it could be you may need to forgive a mother figure, a sister figure, you know, somebody that was in your life that was a feminine energy, because I relate the Three of Swords to the Divine Mother, the Immaculate Heart. So I'm getting like the Empress energy here. So it's there's a forgiveness of that for someone as well. So you may need to forgive, you know, the mothering energy in some way, shape, or form, because you may be seeing her as disempowered through some abuse. So a child may have seen their mother abused, and so this could be another set or group of people where you have seen your mother take abuse in the past, and feeling like maybe she had just even given her power to be happy over to someone as well, because I'm kind of seeing that. So this could be a whole other message coming through where you're going to be, you know, again, the only way there is through is what I'm getting. So processing that pain, but doing the forgiveness work, allowing yourself to the time and space to heal, and that energy is coming up. So I feel like that may be another set or someone else that needs to hear that, where you may feel like your mother gave power over, you know, handed her happiness over to someone else that was, you know, kind of controlling, is what I'm getting here as well. Something to do, okay, that was that one. Angels Whispers, a secret you do not know about all this, and it is Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is childhood. Again, it's this could be siblings. So this could be, there's maybe something you don't know about your siblings. Maybe if you have a brother or sister, maybe they too have, you know, witnessed or endured something from the past that wasn't, you know, that was abusive, or, you know, controlling, or, you know, emotionally abusive, physically abusive. You know, physical abuse doesn't have to be sexual abuse. This could be any, you know, run the gamut. So they're talking about, to me, it feels like very much like with the energy, the messages coming through, it's talking very much about siblings. This can also be if you're in a romantic partnership right now, or you're connected to someone romantically, this can be their wounds or their wounding. And the message to some, it feels like a whole nother line, that someone you're connected to romantically, that you feel a soul connection to, your soulmate, your divine masculine or feminine, they're dealing with this issue, and spirit is healing them. So this is a secret you do not know, is I feel that connection as well. And for some, this is siblings. For some, this is a romantic partner has dealt with this. They may have not told you, you know what I mean? They may have not expressed that to you. So they're dealing with something that's got to do with family and pain and abuse in some way, shape, or form, mental, emotional, or physical in some aspect. And again, there's the three coming up: mental, emotional, or physical. There's different levels. There's different storylines here for different people. So everybody in some degree is dealing with that. So what is coming up in regards to the secret you do not know? And that is Ten of Swords. Wow. So yeah, you can definitely see here, for some, this has got to do with a partner, and this is a final ending. This is, I can take no more. This is when you get to the mental, you're mentally exhausted. You know, this is like the final, you know, ending. It is a lot of pain brought up for processing, but it is the ending to that. So this is like the final ending to the situation. And I do want to say that this pain, you can see the purple here is wrapped with spirit. The spirit is with him through that, and it feels like, kind of feels like crucifixion type of energy here, where it's almost like you may, I don't know, I don't want, this is really getting deep for my readings, but I can't quite help it. It's like someone's going to share, you know, I feel like the steps of sharing here when I see this in combination. Someone's going to share a pain from the past, and they're going to tell you, I've endured this, and, you know, there's a sense of helplessness or something here, and So what is going to come in regards to the secret that someone from the past has also, maybe it's an like energy. Maybe you've endured some form of this abuse, some form of abuse, and they have too. And you're both going to say, hey, you know what? They're going to share their pain with you, and you're going to, it's a witnessing, they're saying. It's a witnessing of it now in present time. Okay. So it's going to be like you're seeing it, they're telling you, or there's a witnessing of it, of that pain that, you know, perhaps was shared in the same aspect. So yeah, this is pretty deep for that energy. I want to kind of, since this is so, undercurrent is ace, new beginning, new foundation, new templates. I'm getting here as well. So yeah, I kind of want to see what this one is too. 3 of Wands. So there's the 3. I don't know why I wanted to look at that. There is something, something returning, waiting on something as well. I don't want to read too much into that, but I was just kind of curious what. But this is the 3. This is the feminine energy. Okay, and the whip, like when we get into some numbers, the whip is 11, which, oh yeah, I'm not going to go down that far. This reading's too long already for what but I don't want to get, I mean, this could go into some layers here. But there is new energy in the undercurrent. There is something new coming in. New templates, a new beginning, a new foundation after this is brought up for healing, released, and healed. But there is somebody going to, like I'm saying, it could be your partner, somebody that has endured pain, somebody that may even seem very, very strong. Because you can see this is a very strong masculine energy. And, you know, this is... you know, it's like you're going to be the witness of that pain is what I'm getting, or, you know, you're going to be hearing about that, what happened. So yeah, it's not the most positive, but it's coming up for healing, right? And so when we work through that, remember where we started here is that 9 of Pentacles. It's that empowerment. It's that healing of feeling like a victim or less than or helplessness. So I don't want anybody to take that in the wrong way, because there's going to be a healing of that. So that's very positive, because sometimes when people hear that, they get very, it triggers them to feel like, hey, I didn't ask for that. You certainly most did not ask for that. That's not how it was implied. It is implied in the way that it's going to be more empowering for you. You're going to be able to heal and work through that and come out stronger on the other end. So wow, this reading was pretty heavy, I must say, for my readings. And yeah. So I will be back soon. I feel like I'm going to do a pick a card for this moon as well, maybe with some healing cards, and see what comes up. And yeah, angel blessings, and enjoy this super moon. It looks like a real stellar one, doesn't it, with with this heavier energy, but we'll see. Angel blessings, oceans of love.